Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Shavone. Thank you for stopping by to check me out. If this is not your first time here, thank you for coming back to stop by and see your girl again. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting on? I would love to have you here, and I believe you will love it here as well. Anywho y'all, as y'all have read by the title, today's video is about picking a niche when it comes to YouTube or any other social media platform, and how sometimes having a niche or too specific of a niche can harm your channel or even kill your channel. And I will tell y'all my story and my experience with it. So let's just hop straight into it. If you have thought about starting a YouTube channel, if you have recently started a YouTube channel, or if you're just on social media period, it can be Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or whatever it may be. The first thing you are told to do if you have watched any kind of videos or did any research is to pick a niche. I don't disagree with having a niche, or at least having a general idea of what you want your channel to be about and who's your target audience. Picking too specific of a niche can harm or even completely kill your channel. Now, I do believe that you should have an idea of what you want your channel to be about and who's your target audience. But in picking a niche, I don't feel like you should be so specific as to narrow it down to just this one specific thing. I would say when you're thinking about picking a niche, try to either pick 2 or 3 even, or even pick something that you can have a lot of variety with. If I could give any advice just with my experience, and y'all, I'm not no YouTube guru, social media guru, any of that. I'm just giving my experience and what I've learned with that experience. I would say when picking a niche, try to pick maybe two or 3 things that you feel like, things that you like to do, or even things that you do on an everyday basis, to where it don't feel like you're actually doing work. So for example, if you do hair, or if you like to do hair, I wouldn't pick hair as my niche. I would say maybe beauty. You can do so much with beauty. You can say, hair, you can do skincare, you can do makeup and things like that. Even if you want to spread it out and give yourself an even broader niche, you can say beauty and fashion, and they go hand in hand. Because think about it, when you're getting dressed, you're doing your hair, you're picking out your clothes, you're doing your makeup most likely, so that gives you more room to do different things. And I'm pretty sure most girlies that are into doing hair and wigs and things are also somewhat into beauty and makeup and even fashion. So that's what I mean when I say you don't want to pick too specific of a niche, because then you box yourself in, and once you get boxed in, it's hard to get out of. And also, when you box yourself in, it's kind of okay, so for instance, if you chose hair as your niche, if you're doing hair wig reviews, installs, and things like that, y'all excuse the noise, that's my dog. He have a cone on his head and he's just bumping into everything. But for instance, if you're doing hair, eventually you're going to get tired of just posting wig installs and hair tutorials. And even if you don't get tired of it, at some point you're going to feel like, okay, there's other things that I can do, and other things will cross your mind that you can post, but then you won't post it or you won't record the content because it has nothing to do with hair. And once that happens, everybody that subscribed to your channel or following you, if it's Instagram, usually they are there because of the hair, because that's what you presented to them, that's what you gave to them, that's your niche. So when you start to post other things, some people may stay, and then you'll start to confuse your other people because they are here for the hair. So starting out the gate, give yourself a variety. Give yourself a broad niche to where you have room to play around and you have room to do other things. Also, I feel like, from my experience and just things that I've seen, when you box yourself in like that, you'll start to lose momentum, because you'll get bored with the content. Your audience will get bored with the content at times. You'll start to lose interaction and engagement, and then you'll kind of run out of ideas to even create content about. So then you'll eventually stop creating the content. You'll slow down, you'll start posting other things, and then once again, like I said, when you do that, it's kind of like you're confusing your audience, because you started out with hair. So now those people that was there for the hair videos, they don't want to see you doing other things, they just want to see the hair. So you'll start to lose those people, and then the other people will be confused, So when you're starting out, you want to start out with something that you can create content about that'll keep your audience engaged, that's kind of in the same, under the same umbrella, if that makes sense. For example, if you're doing fitness, maybe you can say health and wellness. That can cover a wide variety of things and not just fitness. I'm gonna give y'all my little story and why I feel like this and my experience with it. So I don't know, some of y'all may or may not follow me on Instagram. My whole Instagram at one point was dedicated to fitness. I'm a fitness trainer. I did it for almost 6 years now, and when I started my Instagram, everything was about training. Everything was a workout video, something that was related to training and things like that. And while I loved it, I got tired of creating the same content because you start to run out of ideas. I'm like, okay, how many workout videos can I post? How many clients can I post being trained? How many results can I post? And that may work for some people. That may work for some people, but I feel like I can do so many things. There's so many other things that I can do, and so many things that I do in my life outside of fitness that I started to get unmotivated. I started to run out of ideas. I started to get bored with it. I started to wonder if my followers were getting bored with it. So once you get bored with it, it starts to feel like work, because now you have to think about what you want to make, think about the videos you want to record, think about the content you're going to make. It starts to feel like another job, and what you don't want is for something that you love or something that you're doing as a hobby. Even if you want it to be your full-time job eventually, you don't want it to feel like a job, especially out the gate, because then what happens is you lose interest in it. You stop putting effort into it. So now you're posting shitty thrown together videos, or you posting stuff that just don't look good, or the quality is bad, or you can tell that you didn't put any effort into it because you're bored with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I do so much. So my YouTube channel is lifestyle, beauty, fashion. That can cover such a wide variety of things. I never feel like I'm out of ideas. I never feel like anything is forced. To me, the only thing I'm doing is picking up the camera and pressing record, because most of the stuff is stuff that I'm doing every day anyway. And if it's something other than that, like maybe something I seen that I want to try on camera, that'll be a help to other people. Maybe it's something that, you know, other people are iffy about, or maybe they want my opinion on it. For example, if I go and try a certain type of makeup, you know, some people might want to buy it, but they don't know, you know, how does it work on oily skin? They don't know if it works on dry skin. So I'll review that product, or I'll use it in one of my vlogs. So it's just kind of like I'm vlogging, but I'm also giving information on this product, but it's still something I'm doing in my everyday life, because if I'm getting dressed and I'm going somewhere, I'm doing my makeup anyway, all I'm doing is pressing record. That's it. So it doesn't feel like a job. Now, of course, you have to edit and learn to edit if you don't already, and all of those type of things. So that puts extra work. So when you have to edit on top of trying to figure out what kind of content you're going to create, trying to figure out something different because you're tired of posting the same things, it just starts to be like, okay, this is starting to be a job. This is not what I wanted. This is not how it started out. This is not how I wanted this to go. So to avoid that, I'm not saying to not pick a niche. I'm not saying to not have an idea of what you want your channel to be about and who you want your target audience to be. I'm saying don't box yourself in, because that box is so hard to get out of. And I was in that box for a while, and eventually it's just like I stopped posting. Like even now I don't post hardly anything that has to do with fitness, and I think it's just because I'm so trying not to get myself back in that box. It's hard to get out of. It really is, and it leaves you feeling lost, kind of like, okay, can I post this other stuff? Like, will people like it? Will I run them away? Or what else can I post? It just had me in like this weird space of, should I even be doing this? Because if so, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like it's a job? Why do I feel like it's so tedious and I'm dragging to do it? And honestly, the hardest part about YouTube to me is the editing part, and also getting the subscribers and getting the watch hours. YouTube is work. It is work. And going into it, I knew it because I did my research. Like I said, I wanted to start a YouTube years ago, but I never did for whatever reason, and I'm wishing I did. But hey, here I am. I've been on YouTube for a year, and it's work, but I like it. I like to do it. I like to create the content. Even sometimes with the editing, I have fun with that, because I'm a creative. I like to do DIY. I like to do stuff with my hands. I like to see the outcome. So with that, I'm learning so much with YouTube. I'm learning so much with the editing process. I'm learning you know, different things, different techniques and things. And I'm also learning how to create content that's organic. Like I said, the stuff that I create, I'm usually doing it anyway. And to me, that's the best content to create. And yes, you want to create stuff that your audience want to see, or, you know, you want to make sure they can relate to your content. But also, I feel like organic content is the best content to create, because the people that are for you, you will attract them. You will attract the people that are for you. And also, like I said, it won't feel like a job because it's organic. It's something you're doing, you know, regardless to if you was on YouTube or not, you'll be doing it anyway. You're just pressing record. So like I said, going back, I know everything you probably watch says niche, 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 pick a niche, pick a niche. And while I'm not saying not to, I'm saying don't be so specific in your niche to where you box yourself in and ruin your channel, ruin your motivation, run your audience away, or whatever it may be. Even when I was doing research on starting YouTube or just watching certain things and watching certain channels, everything was pick a niche. Pick a niche. Usually they'll say pick one thing. And to me, that is the worst thing to do. That is the worst thing to do, because once you boxed in, unless you're the type of person that you for sure that you're gonna want to sit on this one subject, this one thing, the whole duration of your YouTube channel, career, or whatever you may call it. But for me, in my experience, that was the worst thing that I could have done, was to have this one specific thing that I'm constantly making content about. So I can remember, I think I posted a video of something I made, and it didn't get much attention at all. It was just kind of like, what is this? And that's because everything I posted was around fitness. So when you try to even throw one other thing in it, you know, it's kind of like it throws your audience off, it throws everybody off. I would say maybe when you're thinking about starting your channel or you're trying to pick your niche, maybe you can write down 5 things that you like to do, 5 things that you do often just in everyday life, and try to find maybe 3 things off of that list that can probably fit under one umbrella. For instance, like I gave the example for hair. Most people, like I said, most girls that like doing hair like makeup and like fashion and that type of stuff. So all of that can fit under one umbrella. For example, like I said, if you're doing fitness, you can do, it can be health and wellness, and you can fit so many things under that umbrella. For example, like if you're into gaming, I'm pretty sure you may be into tech and just like all kinds of new gadgets and devices and electronics. That's something that you can do reviews on the newest, I don't know, gaming system or the newest headset or whatever it may be. So it's kind of like you just have to try to find something that you can fit a few things that kind of go hand in hand with each other to go along with that niche, instead of just picking one specific niche and boxing yourself in. I hope y'all learned something from this video. That was my experience with boxing myself in, and I hope y'all can take something from this video, at least one thing that will help you with your YouTube channel, because YouTube is really, really hard and you have to put a lot of work into YouTube. Now, some people blow up overnight, some people go viral and then that's it, and some people it takes years. Some of the biggest YouTubers that you see with 800,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers, if you go back on their channel, they have been on YouTube for years, 10 years, 8 years. And some people get on YouTube within a few months, they blow up and they have the same amount of followers as the people that put in years and years of work. So it just depends. Nothing is guaranteed. You just have to go at your own pace and have an idea of what you want your channel to be like and just go from there. But one thing I can say, if you don't start, nothing will happen. So if you've been thinking about starting YouTube, if you feel like YouTube is for you, if talking on camera is for you, if you feel like you have an interest in life, or you have things that you can share that you can help other people, or that you can teach to other people, hobbies that you can teach, get your YouTube channel, start your channel and get to rolling. That's just my experience. And nevertheless, I hope y'all learned something from this video. I hope y'all found it useful. If so, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if y'all have any questions or anything y'all want to say or add, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And I will see y'all in the next video.